Hey you guys, happy 2018. It is the first day of January, so that is incredibly awesome. And today I just wanted to share with you guys my top 17 of 2017. I've been reflecting for just a little bit and just trying to think of this past year and all the ups. There were several downs that came with the year. Don't really want to remember too many of those, but there were a lot of good things that happened in 2017. So I wanted to share a couple of those with you, and I'm going to run through my list fairly quickly. And if I have any pictures or videos or anything, I'll try to insert them as I can. And yeah, this is my life, and I know that some of you may not care, but I mean, even if only posting this for myself, I think this will be a neat way for me to reflect on the past down the road. So that's what I'm about to do. And yeah, so my first thing that happened, or one of the first things that happened, my list is a little bit out of order, so just bear with me there. But January the 15th, that is Martin Luther King Day, but it's also my birthday. So I got to turn 24 on Broadway in Nashville. One of my friends is having a bachelorette trip in Nashville that weekend. She was off from school, so it worked out, and it was just a super fun weekend. And I don't think I've ever turned anything, like outside of my home or, family places. So it was really fun getting to celebrate her bachelorette trip, but also my birthday on Broadway. The next thing went during spring break. I'm not in school anymore, so celebrating spring break is just a little bit, it's still fun, but like I said, I'm not in school anymore. But I went to the beach with my cousins. They are still in school, so this was more of a spring break for them. And my mom and my aunt went, so that was a lot of fun, and it was just an all-girl trip, so really enjoyed that. That was a really fun week. Then number 3, I got to see DNCE at the Bulldog Bash this fall at State with my boyfriend Bobby, and that was a lot of fun. I'm not like the biggest DNC fan, but yeah, it was a really cool concert. I can remember being like in middle school and watching the Jonas Brothers, so getting to see Joe Jonas. I don't really know the rest of the band members, but it was still cool getting to see them. It was a lot of fun, really upbeat concert, so really enjoyed that. Number 4, so back in January, I guess I'd already talked to my bud over there last fall, but starting the this past spring semester, I got to start helping part-time with the Wesley Foundation, and I think I've talked about that in some of my older videos, but that was such a blessing because 2016, I didn't do just a whole lot in 2016, but this year, I was blessed with getting to work and do a lot of church mission, just religious organized work. So that was really nice. But anyways, when I was a student at the community college that I went to, I was involved in this Wesley Foundation, and so it was really awesome getting to go back and visit with students, and just, anyways, it was a really awesome opportunity, and I got to do that this past fall as well. Then let's see, so aside from the Wesley Foundation, I got this next job because of the Wesley Foundation. I've talked about this before also, I'm a youth minister now, and so I got that job. It was the end of September, so I officially started working in the beginning of October, so that was a humongous blessing. Number 6, I rode a camel with Bobby at the Memphis Zoo. Now, I know that sounds really silly and really kiddie, but I've never ridden a camel before, and I probably never will do it again. So that was really cool getting to say that I have indeed ridden a camel in Tennessee, not in the desert. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. Number 7, went to Rock the South concert this summer with Bobby and one of my really good friends. We had a blast. There were there were a lot of country musicians, and it was an awesome opportunity to go and see a bunch of people at one time. Granted, there were a ton of people there, so it wasn't like we were anywhere up close, but just getting to hear the music and just be in that atmosphere was really awesome. And I like a lot of older country music now. I say now because I don't feel like they're that old, but anyways, a lot of the new artists that are coming up that are really popular, I don't enjoy their music as much. But Brett Eldredge and Mary Morris were there, and I really like those two people, so it was awesome getting to listen to them sing. And yeah, I could see them barely on the screen. Like, you could see them, they look like little ants on the stage, but they had some screens, so at least we could see their faces. And live music was really awesome. Let's see, number 8. I got to go on a daycation to Bay St. Louis. This was back in May. I got to go with one of the students from the Wesley Foundation, and we had a blast. We woke up real early and left, and it was like a 4 or 5 hour drive. So we made that go in there, spent the day, and then came back home. We didn't get back till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, so we were worn out. But Bay St. Louis, it's here in Mississippi, if you have not heard of it. It's a really, really cute, cozy town. They were affected by Katrina. It hit them pretty hard, so there's a lot of history there with just the storm. That town is just a really neat town. But something that really stood out to me when we went, they have these angel trees. Some of them have animals on them also, but these angel trees were carved out of, I can't even remember now what kind of trees they were, like maybe like an oak or something like that. But when the sea came in, all that salt water petrified the trees, so they had a chainsaw wood carving artist come in, and he did an incredible job. One of the stories, one of the angels has white eyes, and I heard several people say kind of different stories, that when she saw the storm coming, like, she was so scared that it turned her eyes white. And then there was another one, but just really interesting on that. Also heard one of the angel trees that a family and like their dog clung to that tree, and that was like, they survived because of that tree. They didn't get washed away because of it. So I don't know, it kind of gave me chills, but just really awesome stories, awesome place, really awesome people. We went to a cafe. It was like the Starfish Cafe or something like that. It was really cute, and met these two really sweet ladies, and they just gave us a rundown of all these really cool places that we needed to go to. So anyways, if you're looking for a cool coastal town in Mississippi, go check it out. It's probably about as close to a Hallmark town as you're gonna find here. It's pretty cute. Anyways, the next thing, number 9, so going back to January, me and Bobby got to go to, we weren't there on New Year's, but we went shortly after. We went to Florida, and we went to Cape Coral. It's like right outside Fort Myers. And so kind of the joke about Cape Coral, we went and we started, okay, I love older adults prefacing this statement. We went and we saw a lot of white-haired people almost immediately, and it like just really kind of stood out because that's all you saw in these cars. And then also we saw the sports car drive up, and we're like, oh, okay, here's some younger people. And it was this older gentleman, but he was pulling that sports car off. It was really funny because that's not who we expected to be driving that. I mean, it was a nice sports car. Yeah, that was, Cape Coral is a really awesome place. We were also, it's a bit of a retirement town, so we were watching the news later that night, just a local news channel, and somebody had stolen some scratch off like lottery ticket cards, and somebody had peed in public. And so I don't know, it was really funny to see what kind of like crime that they had there. Really safe place, really enjoyable place. We also got to go right off of Cape Coral. There's like this bridge, and there's like a little, I don't know if you call them barrier islands, but there were, I think they're connected. But anyways, it's called Captiva Island. The other side is Sanibel Island, and they were absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it was just amazing, like seeing the beaches. There were just seashells everywhere and just like beautiful white sand, and I don't know, just it was beautiful. It was just a really awesome trip. Actually vlogged that, so if you're interested in seeing just some of the images from that trip, there's a little bit of footage, so you can check that out if you're curious about that location. Let's see. Number 10. So also back in January for my 24th birthday, my sweet mother baked me a Barbie doll birthday cake, and I put this on this list because that cake, there's a lot of love in that cake, and it was just an incredible cake. And hopefully I can post a picture in this video. If I can't, the picture is for sure on my Instagram, so you can see it there. But she did a really good job. The cake pan, the reason for that, the cake pan was a pan from when I was a little kid. Barbie, Little Mermaid had lots of cute little cake pans. So anyways, just really special. And the next thing, so the camera that I'm filming on right now was one of my big girl purchases of 2017. I saved and saved and saved and finally had enough to get my Nikon camera, and I'm just so proud of it. Yeah, just really excited about this. I bought it back in May, and for one of the things coming up. So I got to see my brother graduate high school. I really wanted to have this camera by then, so that way I could take pictures, help take pictures of his graduation, and they turned out really nicely. So glad I got the pictures and glad I got to see him graduate. So the next thing, if you've seen any of my old videos, you would know that I cut my hair and also cut bangs. So aside from it being short, I also had like straight across bangs, and it was fun for like a minute, and then I was done with those bangs. Something about having just hair on my face gets annoying pretty quickly. So I'm glad that they're on the verge. I mean, they're almost grown out. Praise sweet Jesus. So that's, yeah, probably won't be cutting bangs anytime soon. Next thing, got to go to Wake Forest. That's the hospital up in North Carolina. So my cousin, they wouldn't call it Parkinson's. He didn't have enough of the symptoms for it to be classified as Parkinson's, but he had tremors really bad. So I got the opportunity to ride with his sister up there, and we all went. They got to help drive them up to Wake Forest, and that was such a blessing, getting to go up there with them. So his surgery was back in October, and by now I need to check back in with him. But the surgery took, thankfully, and almost immediately they had to put the battery in the device that they implanted in his brain. But like when they were doing the surgery, like initially when they were doing the surgery, they had him draw a circle. They did it before and then after, and it was amazing to see him, what it was like when he was hooked up to the device. Then he had to go back and they put the battery in. I don't know how all that works or why they did not already have the battery in, but anyways, put the battery in, and it's just gradually gotten better. They've had to program it so they could just fine-tune his digits, and I don't know how he handles and I don't know, I guess reacts to the device. But anyways, it's gone really well. So that trip was just kind of like a major like, yes, thank you God. Like anyways, just really glad to have been able to be there for them. I already said seeing my brother graduate high school. My mom had 2 surgeries this past 2017. It's not 2017 anymore. But anyways, thankfully both of her surgeries have taken. She's still on the mend from one of those surgeries. Had that done at the end of the year, so prayers still going up that it goes well. But so far so good. And then the one over the summer went well. So hopefully 2018 will be her year of just healing, and just again, so made my top 17 because it's been a blessing just get to see her heal and recover, and just how she's handled stuff. It's she would probably say that she has not been the best patient, but I think under the circumstances of how she's like what all she's had to go through, and just recovering. I mean, you're off your feet. You can't do a whole lot when you have surgery on certain body parts. So she's done a really good job. So really proud of her, and yeah, hopefully she'll keep on healing up. Number 16, back in the spring, I got to go to Dismal Canyon with the Wesley Foundation, and we just went and we explored. And now Dismal Canyon is in Alabama. It's really close to my neck of the woods, and so I never heard, well, I guess I have heard of it, but I've never been there before. So it was really cool getting to go and see it, and yeah, it's just a really neat place that's pretty close to home, so that's cool. The last thing, number 17, back in April, me and Bobby celebrated 5 years of dating, and that's just really awesome because I kind of joke, not that much, but I joke a little bit that like my relationship prior to Bobby, or my longest relationship prior to Bobby was 3 months, and so just put in 5 years and I could not be happier. So anyways, that is my top 17 of 2017, and I just want to share that with you guys and essentially my future self. So in case I can't remember anything, here you go, Katie. Yeah, so I hope you guys again are having a great, fresh, awesome new year. As far as this channel, I'm not sure. Still trying to figure out my schedule with work. I would like to post more videos, but I'm still kind of not sure. So if you're watching, just hang in there with me and we'll just see what 2018 has in store for us. But anyways, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye, you guys.